Hello and welcome back to Modalities Movement Therapy. I'm Brenda, and today we're going to be looking at why foam rolling really works. Foam rolling works because it targets the fascia, the web of connective tissue that connects us from head to toe. It also surrounds our muscles, our joints, and our organs. So when fascia becomes dehydrated from stress, overuse, inactivity, or injury, it restricts movement and can create tension. Foam rolling applies gentle pressure to release these restrictions, allowing fascia to regain its natural glide and elasticity. The process also improves circulation, it reduces stiffness, and enhances the communication between the nervous system and our muscles. That's why after foam rolling, you often feel looser or more mobile. This allows your body to move the way it's designed to move, and why I always like to remind you to keep moving, as it's the key to keeping injury and tension at bay. So you'll need a foam roller for the workout and one of these circle resistance bands. So you can bring the foam roller down, and we're going to lie in a supine position. So you're just lying on your back, relaxing in this position. Here we're just going to work on our breathing. So a nice slow steady breath. Remember to breathe in and out through the nose. Bring your knees into your chest. So thinking about the diaphragm, our main muscle of respiration. As we breathe in, the rib cage is going to expand because we're going to open up and we're going to breathe into the muscles between the ribs, which is going to expand this area around the rib cage. So as you slowly breathe in through the nose, nice and slow and controlled, then you should almost feel the legs lifting slightly up off the chest. And then as you exhale, you're going to bounce the knees to the chest. So hold on to them firmly with your hands, and then you're breathing in. You should also feel this opening up around the pelvic area, and then exhale. On the exhalation, just try and exhale for a little bit longer than 4 counts. Let's keep going. Breathing in and exhaling. Gently breathing in. It's not a sudden quick breath. Exhale. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in. And 2 more. Your last one. Let's lengthen out. And now let's beyond that stretch. Just releasing any tension in the jaw. Lengthen and stretch. Okay, we're going to continue the same movement. This time you're going to bring the roller into the lower back. And make sure you're right in the lower back. You're not on the glutes, otherwise the roller is going to slip out from underneath you. So make sure you're firmly in the lower back, and then bring the knees back over the chest. Holding on, and we're going to just bounce there. You can hold on to the roller if you want to, but you shouldn't need to if it's in the right position. Bounce there. Now we're going to release into the lower back. So we're going to rock the knees over to one side and circle that bottom leg. Move it around. Loosen up that area. You should feel it into the glutes, maybe going a little bit down into the leg. Keep going for 5 and 4. You can hold on to that top knee if you want to. Move that leg around. lengthen out, and have a nice release around the hip, around the lower back area. Let's do the same thing to the other side. When you're ready, bring that knee to the chest, and you're going to lengthen into that stretch and move the leg around, loosening up right into the hip area and into that lower back, on the glutes as well. Get as much movement, nice big movement into this hip. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Come back to the center. You can rock a few times from side to side. And in the center, lengthen the legs up to the ceiling, open them out. So we're going to do a little bit of self-massage along the inner thighs. So make a fist with your hands, and you're going to massage the inner thighs out, using those hands to really get into the fascia. You can work slowly. If you want to get a little bit deeper, use your thumbs and work up and down the inner thighs, bouncing as you go, feeling that loosening up in the hips. Let's bring the legs together, knees together, and now we're going to work into a nice slow and steady movement, riding a bicycle. Make the movement as big as you can, but start off small and then progress to a bigger movement. Loosening up in the hips and working into getting as much movement in this area as you can. We're going to work slowly, so we're going to go for 4 and 3, 2, and now we're going to speed it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow it down for 2, 3, and 4. Double time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 more sets. Slow for 2, 3, and 4. Speed it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more set. Slow. 2, 3, 4, and double time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lengthen yourself out. Any strain in the lower back, keep the knees bent, but if you can, lengthen out one leg or both legs. And again, have a nice big yawn and stretch everything out. Lengthen everything. Bring the feet back onto the mat, knees over the chest, and just tucking the knees up, you're going to slowly massage the roller out from under the lower back. And then you can put the roller in this position. We're going to stay, and you're going to bring your neck onto the roller. And now we're going to shear. So it's a shearing motion. So you're sliding your neck along the foam roller, not too much nodding, just loosening up one side and then move over to the other side. In the center, loosen up. You can nod the head. So we want to work the cross fibers of the fascial tissue as well. So nodding the head will help you do that, and moving from side to side. We're going to continue doing this, rocking onto one side And try and get as much rotation there in the neck as you can, loosening up. In this position, you've got two options now for the next movement. If you're taking strain in the shoulder, then you keep your arm forward. Otherwise, we're going to take the arm behind us, extend that top arm. So my palms are facing away from one another. And now angle the roller if you need to, so you can get the neck onto the roller and lift that chin up. Think about the vertebrae in the spine. You want to open up the spaces between the vertebrae and get as much movement into this area as you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your bottom arm, and then when you're ready, just rock over to the other side and continue the same movement. I'm going to turn around. Take that bottom arm behind you if you can, and angle the roller, extend that top arm, and lift the chin up and over the roller, and backwards and forwards. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's shear a little bit across the roller. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, are we going to move on to the shoulder blades? Link your fingers and just make sure that your head is resting in your hands, so you're not taking any strain in the neck. And then you can rock onto one shoulder blade. Let's try and work a little bit deeper into that release. And over to the other side. If you have got a lot of tension in those shoulder blades, then just stay in the center, evenly distributing the weight from one shoulder blade to the other. Otherwise, rock right onto your one shoulder blade, getting a little bit deeper into that release. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Good. From there, just release your tailbone onto the mat. Rock yourself to a seated position. Let's rotate around onto our front now. And taking the knife edge of your hands onto the foam roller, we're going to lift up, nod the head, so you should be feeling nice and loose around the neck area. Then you can come down, lift the legs if you're not taking any strain in the lower back, and rock up. So let's create a little bit of a seesaw motion, loosening up and lengthening in the front line of the body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Hands under the shoulders, push onto the hands and knees. Lengthen out and just bounce your chest down to the mat and rock forward and back. This should feel nice and open around the pelvic area as well, and around the lower back should be a nice release for this area. Loosen things up there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to bring the foam roller onto the front of the legs. Elbows in front, and roll over the knees if you can. This is an area where there's a lot of fascial connections. So if there's any pain, you won't go there, but if a little bit of discomfort, try and focus on your breathing to help ease you into the movement over the knees. So you can turn the feet out, We have released the inner thighs with the hands, but if you want to get a little bit deeper into that release, rotate the feet and work along those inner thighs, part of that deep core line. Let's rotate the toes in, and you can work along the lateral line of the legs if this is the area you carry a lot of tension. Keep going, another 4 and 3, 2 more, and the last one. Let's share a little bit from side to side, so you can working up and down the front of the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Back onto the hands and knees. Put the foam roller to the side. And we're going to lie forward again, focusing on opening up and lengthening in the front line of the body. So we're going to bring one foot into the hand. You can rest your forehead on the other hand, but what I'd like to encourage you to do is link your fingers and bring both hands onto the foot. If you cannot reach your foot, then you take that resistance band and you hold on to either side of that resistance band, and you push your foot back into the band and lift yourself up off the mat as we breathe in, nod the head, and then release. But if you can, both hands on the foot, breathing in and lifting, and then exhaling. Breathing in and exhaling. Now you're getting that opening up across the front of the chest and the front of the leg. Let's do another 4. And 3. Release the hands one at a time. Bring your forehead onto your hands and just loosen up the spine. Wiggle the hips from side to side, working between the shoulder blades and up into the neck. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So bringing that foot up to the tailbone, one hand and the other hand. Link the fingers if you can, and let's breathe in and nod the head from side to side. Exhale and release. Breathing in finish off with 2 more. And the last one. Release the foot back with the hands under the head, under the forehead, and wiggle the hips from side to side. Okay, if you can, I want you now to bring both feet towards the tailbone and position your hands around the inside of the foot, your thumb on the big toe, and you're going to continue to do this movement with both legs involved. Any strain, you take that resistance band around there and you're pulling up into this lifted position. If you can't get both feet into the hands or into the band, then you continue with one foot at a time. Otherwise, I'm going to try and challenge you to bring both feet up. Breathe in and lift. Exhale and lower. Keep going. Remember that nice, slow, steady inhalation and a longer exhalation. You've got 4 to go. And 3. One more, breathing in and exhale. Release one foot and the hand. Come back into this position and wiggle the hips from side to side. We're going to bring the hands back under the shoulders and come up onto the hands and knees and just sit back into our child's pose. In this position, just focus on your breathing. Breathing right down into that pelvic floor. On your next inhalation, you're going to breathe in, slide the fingers to the knees and uncurl through the spine. Circle the shoulders up and back. Link the hands behind the back and just feel that your neck is nice and loose and relaxed. We're going to take the band and bring it around the thumbs. Extend your arms forward. So you're focusing on the shoulder blades, on hugging the spine with those with the arms or with the shoulder blades and those rhomboids, those muscles on either side of the spine. Keep the resistance in the band. The elbows don't lift up, they don't go down. We're going to open them up and focus on that wide movement, activating the triceps and the back arm lines. So as we breathe in, we're going to open up. You can look from side to side, make sure the neck's not taking any strain, and bounce the elbows back in this nice wide position. Then you're going to exhale and bounce and round the spine. So we're focusing more on that exhalation, and then we're going to breathe in and nod the head again. Exhale and bounce. Keep exhaling. Here we go for 3. Breathing in and exhale. Let's do another 4. Breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Last 2 and exhale. One more. Breathing in and exhale. Good. Let's put the band to the side for now. We're going to take the foam roller and we're going to bring our thumbs in front. So open up the hand nice and wide. Staying on the knees. Same nice wide stance with the arms, the elbows, and we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades around the spine, and we're going to bring the chest down to the foam roller. And again, you're going to bounce in this position. Then on your exhalation, you can bounce back, heel, tailbone to the heels. Forward we go, breathing in and bouncing into the roller, exhaling and bouncing back. Here we go for 3. So you're breathing in and exhaling. Another 4, breathing in finish off and just release your fingers and uncurl through the spine and circle the shoulders up and back. Let's link the hands and nod the head a little bit more. And we're going to come into a seated position. Let's put the foam roller to the side. Take your resistance band again as you bring the soles of the feet together and wrap the band around the feet, holding onto the band with your hands. And we're going to be coming up into a nice lifted position. As you exhale, we're going to go back into that bounce and round the spine. Keep going, so we're focusing more on that exhalation. When you inhale, pull yourself up into a nice lifted position and exhale and bounce. Really focusing on getting that breath out of the lungs and activating that core. Breathe in, lifting up, and exhale. Keep going, breathing in, sitting nice and tall, nice and lifted, and exhaling. Four more, breathing in and exhaling. And 3. And exhaling. Two more. And your last one, breathing in and exhaling. And release the band. We're going to bring that foam roller back, and we're going to sit on the foam roller. Keep that resistance band handy, lifting up and lengthening as you lower down onto that foam roller. Make sure your head is resting on the roller, and then we're going to bring the thumbs back into the roller. So we're going to focus on that same movement we were doing. So thumbs creating resistance, so keep that resistance in the band, and you're going to hug the spine around, or hug the shoulder blades around the roller and open up across the front of the chest. Then you're going to bring those elbows down towards the mat and the band towards the way the rib cage meets the sternum, the solar plexus, and then you're going to reach up, exhaling as you go. If you want to challenge yourselves a little bit more, then you run the feet up and down, so challenging your balance on the foam roller. Let's open up, breathing in, and bounce the band towards that solar plexus. Exhale, reach, 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 reach. Run the feet a little bit and take the shoulder blades up as you stretch. Let's open up and breathe in and bounce. Exhale and run the feet. Keep going. Four more. Last two. And one more. And you can pop that band to the side, have a nice big stretch, and yawn. Rock yourself from side to side on the foam roller. Bend the knees, bring the feet back onto the mat. Tuck your tailbone under, push the lower back into the foam roller, and let's just massage one side of the spine up into that shoulder blade. So you might want to open your feet slightly wider to just help you stabilize yourself and get a little bit further across towards that arm and over the shoulder blade. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So rock over to that side and massage. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open up the arms in line with the shoulders, lengthen the legs again, and add a big yawn if you want to. Reach the arms next to the ears, and let's finish off bringing the feet flat onto the mat. Tuck your chin to your chest and reach up, squeezing the glutes and uncurling off that foam roller and lifting up. And well done. Thank you for joining me.